everybody, welcome back to my channel. So I know I have been really inconsistent, but one of the reasons why I have been really inconsistent is because by the title of this video you already know that I am pregnant. And so on top of being pregnant and just starting my own company, life has been a little bit hectic. I decided that I would share the tips and tricks of how I have survived my first trimester. Like, I swear, when you're in the midst of it all, it doesn't seem like you're going to get through. Like, I was pretty sure that's how death felt, you know, but now that second trimester is here and I'm feeling a little better, you know, I'm like, okay, maybe I can make it through, you know, because that's the goal when you're pregnant. I'm just gonna hop into the video of what I learned and what I think really helped me get through my first trimester. So yeah, let's hop into the video. So let me go ahead and say I am not a doctor, right? Not a doctor. And everybody's body is different. So what my body went through is probably not what your body went through, or may not be what your body went through or is going through or will go through. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's pregnancy is different. And you know, it's just one of those things that you just have to go through. Some people don't even experience morning sickness, you know, like they're pretty lucky. But I am currently 15 weeks. The 15th week is really the first week that I really start to feel like, I'm not gonna say 100% better, but like, I don't know, I really started feeling better. So I'm just gonna basically kind of take you on a timeline of, you know, my pregnancy, when morning sickness hit, and what I did to get through it, and what I think really helped. So I found out that I was pregnant at 4 weeks because, you know, I would park in the very front of Walgreens, and I like walked in, I was like out of breath. I knew something was wrong. I usually sleep pretty deeply when it's time for my cycle, but I'm talking about this sleep right here was next level sleep. And I'm not a slobber, but like I started slobbing, and I was just like, okay, you know, well, something's not right. I mean, something may not be wrong, but something's definitely different. And you know, I thought about my timeline. I was like, okay, well, pregnancy could be a high possibility. When I hit 4 weeks, like weeks 1 through 4, obviously I didn't even know. I may have slept a little bit, but I thought my period was just coming, you know, it was no big deal. You know, when I did find out, it was still no big deal. I felt really like bloated, which was, I couldn't really get rid of the bloat no matter what I did, no matter what I ate. I would just have like this bloatation in my stomach. So I really just didn't worry about it anymore. It just went away on its own one random day. I think later in week 5 it went away. And I didn't have any problems week 4. I didn't have any problems week 5. I didn't have any problems really until week 6. In the middle of week 6, that's when stuff kind of sort of started going downhill. I just didn't know that things were going to go downhill so fast. One thing that I've learned in pregnancy is that every day is different. One day you can be feeling great, and then literally the next day you can be feeling horrible. 1 minute you can be feeling great, and 30 seconds later you can be feeling horrible. So I just remember one day waking up, you know, just feeling like, I don't feel too good. Doesn't really, you know, nothing that I can't really handle. I just don't feel too good. So that's how it kind of started. And then as week 6 really kicked in, and week 7, like, morning sickness, y'all, morning sickness is no joke. At least it was no joke for me. I didn't have morning sickness just in the morning or just at night. I had it all day. So I literally felt horrible every single day, all day. I had no relief. There was nothing that I could really do to make myself feel, you know, really good. I would just do little things to try to make myself feel better. Some days it would work, some days it still wouldn't work. I would just feel like crap. One of the things that I realized is that I could not push myself anymore. Like I said, I just started my own company, so I was staying up, and I still work full time, so I was staying up, you know, later, trying to get things done. And I just realized that I couldn't push myself anymore. You know, I felt so bad, like I was, you know, neglecting my business or not getting things accomplished. But then I realized that my body is basically making a whole human being. So I shouldn't be so hard on myself. So just know that don't push yourself. If you need to take a nap in the middle of the day, take a nap. If you need to, you know, stop what you're doing, stop what you're doing. So just don't push yourself, and don't feel bad for not being able to go as hard as you usually could. My nausea, like, was really bad, especially if I didn't get enough sleep. So I had to get at least 10 hours of sleep. That was minimum. 12 hours was ideal. If I didn't get anywhere from 10 to 12 hours of sleep, like that day was just non-existent. My nausea was so bad, and I wasn't throwing up. It was just, I wish that I was throwing up, you know. I wish that I could just go in the bathroom and throw up, or stick my finger down my throat and just throw up, but I know that I couldn't do that, you know, because that's just not how it goes. I did not get 10 to 12 hours of sleep, and trust me, I know this because I found out the hard way. 10 hours minimum, 12 hours was ideal. So up your bedtime. Trust me, at this point in your life, you won't not want to be in the bed anyway. So going to sleep, you know, a few hours earlier won't hurt your feelings. I'm a first-time mom, so, you know, I'm sure life is a bit harder if you do have kids already or anything, or, you know, even a pet. Like I don't have any other responsibilities except myself. But yeah, if you can go to sleep earlier, definitely go to sleep a few hours earlier. Trust me, your body will thank you the next day and all the upcoming days. I also experimented a little bit. I'm taking prenatal vitamins, and I'll show you the ones that I'm taking. I stopped taking them for about 3 to 4 days when my nausea was really bad, to see if it was my prenatal vitamin that was making me really sick, because sometimes prenatal vitamins will make you super or more sick than what you already feel. So if you are experiencing extreme nausea, make sure it's not your prenatal vitamin. I realized when I stopped taking mine for a few days just to make sure it wasn't mine, that it wasn't mine. This was just my body being itself, you know, with this little human growing inside of me. So I started back taking my prenatal vitamins. But I do know a lot of women whose prenatal vitamins make it even worse and even harder. So just make sure that you're not taking one that does. Right now, and I'm almost out, as you can see, I'm taking the VitaFusion Prenatal. It even says gentle on the stomach. It really is gentle on the stomach. I haven't had any problems with this. Sometimes I'll take it and I'm kind of hungry and I'm still fine. So I do recommend this. My friend Nisha recommended these to me. Shout out to her. And they taste really good. So, you know, that's something else that really helps. So also what I had to do to make my life easier, instead of forcing myself to be on time to work, is I had to tell my boss. I told my boss and the person who would act as my boss if my boss wasn't there. I had to let them know. Like, I didn't tell everybody in the office, but I was like, y'all, I'm pregnant. This is what's going on. This is what I can do. Now, thank God, I have a very flexible job. And when I say flexible, I mean super flexible. So if you don't have a really flexible job, you know, girl, use those PTO days. Like, I don't know, but some days you just cannot go. Like, sometimes you just really can't do work. Like, you just can't. Like, I was honestly late every single day. I'm just now starting to be back on time to work. I was late every single day. So I told my boss, so she didn't think that I was just, you know, being really flaky or being, you know, odd. Let somebody at your job know, especially if your behavior is changing, just so, you know, you won't get fired or written up or any of the other possibilities that could happen if they don't know. Then hopefully, prayerfully, they're very flexible and they'll work with you. Another thing that I would do in the morning, because my nausea, I'm not going to say it was worse in the morning because it was just kind of bad all day, but it could get really bad in the morning if I didn't take the necessary precautions. So I literally didn't even get out of the bed without eating. I know a lot of blogs and websites recommend eating saltines, and I ate saltines, but literally saltine crackers are just so dry. I could almost barely eat 1 or 2 saltine crackers. So I don't know, it didn't work for me, because you're trying to put food on your stomach and I couldn't get saltine crackers down. It tasted like paper or something. My baby Zaddy's mom recommended to me try graham crackers, and lo and behold, little nugget apparently liked graham crackers more than saltine crackers. I was able to eat a lot more graham crackers in the morning before I got up than saltines. So maybe that will help you, I don't know, but it helped me. I was able to get a lot more graham crackers in my stomach than saltines, which really did help me feel better. Also in the morning, I couldn't really move a lot. Like, you know, in the morning you get up, you brush your teeth, you wash your face, you're putting on clothes, and you're going at a pretty decent rate. I couldn't do that. Like, everything I did had to be slower. Like, I had to wake up slower, because if I didn't, I would get really hot and nauseous. So everything I did had to be done in like segments. I would have to eat, you know, make sure everything was okay. I would have to sit up, make sure everything was okay. Go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my face, sit down, you know, give my body a break. Like literally that's how bad it was for me. And if I did it any other way, trust me, it wasn't gonna be pretty. There's another rule that I read online that I tried, the whole make sure you just eat your food and don't drink anything. That didn't work for me. Like if I'm eating, I need something to help me swallow. I don't know. So I ate and I drank my food, you know, at the normal, like the normal way. And I mean, I still felt bad. That part didn't change, but it didn't make my nausea worse or anything like that. I still felt bad. So that one thing did not work for me. But what did work for me is, and this may be weird, but while I ate really slowly. Like I would chew slower and make sure that this was going to be okay in my stomach. And I would swallow, and then I would wait a little minute, and then I would go for the next bite. This is weird, but it worked for me. It worked for me, and I didn't feel bad so quickly. I don't know. It worked. I don't know why it worked, but that's just one thing. So I recommend just eating slower. And then also a lot of blogs are like, you know, try to be healthy, try to do that. When you don't feel good, eat what you can and don't feel bad about it. I couldn't stand water when I was nauseous. It felt like the water just made everything worse. Now around week 8, I did like water and I felt like water was helping, but week 6, 7, and like half of 8, I didn't want water. It just made me feel worse. So I literally was living off of burgers and french fries and ginger ale because it seems like that was all I could eat. Oh, and grits. I don't know what was up with that, but I could like eat grits and graham crackers. I could eat toast sometimes. Could not drink water at the beginning. I could eat, but I could, you know, do ginger ale. Ginger ale helped me burp, which helped me, you know, feel a little bit of relief because at this point I still wasn't throwing up. I was just still feeling nauseous all day. But yeah, eat what you can. Trust me, like now I can eat healthy, but eat what you can and don't feel bad about that. If you want a burger and pizza all effing day, then eat your burger and your pizza if that's what you can get down, because having food in your stomach does help the nausea. When my stomach was on E, I did feel worse than when I had food on my stomach. I still felt bad, but I didn't feel as bad. They say that, eat little meals throughout the day. I do think this works. Another little snack for me was pretzels. So I would always make sure that I had food around me. So I would make sure that I was eating like every 2 hours, not big meals. Sometimes I could eat a whole burger and french fries and I didn't feel bad, and I may not eat 2 hours later. But yeah, eat what you can and try to make sure that you do keep food on your stomach. Know that food aversions will come, and they come randomly. Like earlier in my pregnancy, keep all chicken away from me. I don't care if it's a chicken nugget, a chicken wing, a fried chicken, a chicken breast that's grilled, marinated. I don't care. I did not like chicken. I didn't like the smell of chicken. I couldn't watch a chicken commercial. Like it just made my stomach flip. So just know that food aversions will come. And there's something that you can do about it. Now I can eat chicken. Ginger ale and other ginger items that are supposed to help you feel better. When I weeks 4 through 8, I was okay with ginger. After that, don't bring a ginger ale around me. I can't stand ginger, the smell of ginger, anything like that. I don't like ginger ale. So now, if I need to, you know, help myself burp or whatever, I use Sprite. So just know that food aversions are gonna come. It's part of it. I'm pretty sure you'll get over it. Again, I don't know, but it's part of life. Another thing that I like is essential oils. I got peppermint oil, and I used to have that in my house. You know, just have you put the peppermint oil in the oil diffuser, and that actually did help my nausea. Also, sometimes I would have to open my door and just let the cool breeze come in because I was experiencing all of this in winter, which really helped with like just having like the natural cool air hit my face and my body just really kind of lessened my nausea. Showering. One of the other things that I found that made my nausea worse is showering. I'm used to taking hot showers, long showers, whatever. I cannot do that anymore. Now I can take like warmer showers, but I would have to take cool showers and short showers. Get in the shower, handle your business, and get out. Don't get in there and sing and all that stuff. That didn't work for me. I have to get in, clean my body, and get out, and then go sit down. So get help if you can. You know, if you don't have that option, then, you know, more power to you, girl. You are a strong woman. Maybe I'm dramatic, I don't know, but I just know that I need all the help that I can. My house went to the gutter. And you know, now I am pro plastic and paperware. Paper plates, paper cups, paper spoons. It's easier on you if you have that. Then you don't have to worry about doing the dishes and all that other stuff. So make your life easier for you. Whatever you can cut out of your life, cut out of your life. When I didn't feel good, I made my life easier. I barely wore makeup. You know, I would do my eyebrows, maybe. But usually I would do my eyebrows and powder just to make, you know, my life easier at night. That means I didn't have to stand up as long, taking all the makeup off. Everything's just easier. So make your life easier where you can. Oh yeah, another thing that I did is I had barf bags in every single room, because around weeks 8, 9, 10, 11, I was throwing up. And I didn't know when I was going to throw up. It would just happen sometimes. After like the 4th time of throwing up, I kind of got used to it. But at first, it was just like it would happen, and it would be so sporadic. Because like I told you, you know, I was just nauseous all day, and there was nothing that I could really do about that. But then it was like I got nauseous to the point where I was throwing up. And after I threw up, I felt better sometimes. Yeah, just make sure you have a barf bag. I had one by my bed. I had one on my coffee table by the couch. I could always grab it. I have one in my car. So just make sure you keep your barf bags closed, because sometimes I just could not make it to the toilet. Like, I just could not. The number one tip that I can give you out of all the tips that I've listed, or all the things that I've said, is to pray. I swear, the day after I prayed, I was like, God, I cannot do this anymore. I'm experiencing, you know, I feel like I have a hangover all day. I can't get rid of it. I was like, I just want some relief. Like, it came to the point where I was just like crying, because I felt bad all the time, and there was nothing that I could do. There's no way I could fix it. And I don't know why I didn't think to pray about this earlier, because I pray about everything, but I didn't. But the day after I prayed about my morning sickness, I swear it became a lot more manageable. I really think that's it. Another thing that comes along with pregnancy is pregnancy brain, and it sucks. There's nothing you can do. That is everything that I'm going to talk about in this video. Again, I'll have another video when I get through my 2nd trimester, because I'm in that now. Hopefully you found something that would help you. Let me know how your 1st trimester is going or went. Congratulations to all the other mamas out there. I will see you in my next video. Bye.